Hey everyone, Kwame here, back in with another video, and this is actually a different video than what I had planned for today. I'm actually working on a new video, something I've never done before, a video that's a voiceover of one of the hikes my wife and Pixel and I took a couple weeks ago. And I kind of want to make this a series or a thing that I do because one of the things that's really cool about where we live here in Washington is there are so many amazing trails. And so I figured might as well show off and share the places we go with everyone else. So if you are out there and you live in the state or you visit the state, you have a almost a guide of places you can go to take really cool pictures and see some really cool scenery. So that's what I'm working on, but it's taking a little bit longer because well, I haven't done it before. So it's in my mind, I know what I want, but the what Ira Glass calls the creative gap is like really far right now, right? So the more I do this, the shorter, the smaller that gap will be to where I want it to look like right now. But I'm sure I know I want better quality footage and I want better quality edits and I want my script to be better, like the voiceover script. So all I'm saying is a work in progress. So the video that was supposed to come out today isn't that video right now. However, I will leave a link to my first Medium post that I wrote. And I think I put it on my website too, but it's the written version of this same video. So if you want to go read that, see some of the pictures that will be in the video, I will leave a link down below. The other thing that I've been working on is my 30-day challenge of taking a picture and posting it every single day. And today is day 24, and I might have a couple pictures already just from the house. The one thing that I've realized and I've learned from doing this challenge is there's photography opportunities everywhere. And as long as I bring my camera or have a phone with me, and more on that in a second, the the more things that I see, I can capture. Like right now, I'm looking at the light coming through the trees next to the house next to us, not next to our neighbors. And it's coming through and it has like those sun rays coming through and it's amazing. And it was more intensive, just a few minutes ago and it's starting to fade away now. But like that kind of stuff is really cool. And having my camera with me everywhere I've gone, I've just been in those situations where I'm not struggling to find a picture last minute because as long as I have my camera with me, there's always something interesting to photograph. And when I say interesting, it doesn't mean life-changing or once-in-a-lifetime events. More on that in a second. But I'm just talking like everyday, mundane stuff. It's really cool to see and really cool to photograph. So I've been really enjoying this process. Now, the reason why I keep saying I'll come back to that in a second is the other day, Pixel and I were out for a walk. I was shooting a video, I was gonna do the same type of video, but just on the walk. And we got to this one part, and I had the Ricoh GR3X and my X-T5 with me. And I took a picture of this dock, and Pixel was like kind of messing around. Something was in the tree. I thought it was just a squirrel. And so she's getting animated and whatever's in this tree is kind of getting animated. And I happened to look down and there are two bobcat cubs in the tree. Now, where we were, like where we're walking, the dock, like there's, obviously I just said there's a dock. And so it's actually much lower, like 10 to 20 feet lower. So these cubs were up in the tree pretty high, but because the path that we're on, and there's a railing, so I couldn't touch them. But because the path we're on is so much higher, we're actually at eye level with them. And it's awesome. So like I'm taking pictures, I grabbed my X-T5 and now I will say, as I was taking pictures with the X-T5, it kept asking me to like review the pictures. I thought this is weird. I'm like, I don't know what I did to do this, but I didn't pay any attention to it. I was like, I'll have to figure out what button I pressed or something. Well, I turn on the camera, put it up to my eye, and I read no memory card. And I was gutted because I had the 16 to 80, so it would have been perfect. And typically I go out with either the 23 or the 27 fixed lenses for the X-T5. And so for whatever reason, this time I decided to bring the 16 to 80. And it would have been perfect for this. and I didn't have a memory card. So I tried to swap the memory card that was in the Ricoh GR3X over to the XT5, but it kept saying there was no memory card inserted. It wouldn't read the memory card, which was very frustrating. So I ended up using my iPhone and the S22 Ultra to capture a couple pictures, but I was really upset with myself because, the point of carrying a camera around is to document the things that we see. And typically the things that we see on a daily basis, they're, again, daily basis, and they're not like a once in a lifetime. However, this was a once in a lifetime opportunity because how often am I going to see two bobcat cubs at eye level in a tree and they're interacting with Pixel? And then they were just curious, like Pixel was curious, they were curious, they realized we weren't a threat, and they were just like looking at us. And I framed up this picture with the XT5 with the two of them in focus. Like, it was the only time that both of them came up together, and it was really cool. And there was no memory card. And when I say I was so upset with myself, like, there's no one else to be upset with other than myself, because that was an easy miss. That was all my fault, not having a memory card. And I was in a rush, so I didn't check to see if I had a memory card. Now, the XT5 has 2 memory card slots, so I should have kept an extra memory card in there. I should have kept an extra memory card in my pocket or in my camera bag or something. Like, I should have had an extra memory card. And so from now on, I will have extra memory cards. I have decided to purchase a few more really fast high-end cards, so I have fresh cards to bring with me, and in case I need it, I will have an extra memory card going forward. I will leave one in a second one in the second card slot too, and then have an extra one. But yeah, that one sucked, and that just reminded me, no matter how many years I've been doing this photography thing and the hobby, you see Pixel trying to make an appearance, there's always something to learn. And in my case, it's being prepared. This is not, as my wife reminded me, this is not the first time I've done this. My nephew's graduation, 4 or 5 years ago, forgot a memory card. I've gone out before. Actually, on the hike that for this video that we went on, I forgot the memory card in the XT5. And so I just have to be better. And that was a painful lesson to learn. But I will never not go out with a memory card, or at least double checking to make sure I have a memory card in the camera. And the last few days since then, I've been triple checking just to make sure I have a memory card in there. But yeah, that sucked. But overall, the 30-day challenge has been going really well. I've been really excited about this, the images I've been getting, and I've been, again, putting them in day 1 on glass. I know I said I was gonna put them on my website, but I will probably put the finished collection on my website. Then I was thinking, like, what can I do with these pictures? Because it's one thing to take the picture, have the discipline to take the picture, post a picture, and then again, for this one, I'm writing a little bit of why I took this picture, or in the case of the bobcats, because I did post a picture of the bobcats. Like, looking back, that it's an awesome opportunity and awesome experience. And like, the crazy part too, people were walking past me. This isn't like a trail that no one's on. It's a very busy trail, especially that day because it's been raining the last week. And so anytime you get out and it's not raining, everyone's out running and walking and biking, and they were just going right past me every day. So I mean, all the time as we were looking at these bobcats. Okay, now back to the 30-day challenge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print off the pictures in a little photo zine for myself. I figure this, if I've done the work for something like this, and I've always wanted to print a zine for myself, well, I might as well. This is like the perfect thing, like 30 days, and this is what I've seen, and these are the pictures I've taken. And again, I'm just gonna print it for myself. And I feel like, I've seen a bunch of people who print zines and they sell them online, and this is not for sale. This is just a personal project for me, but there's something very nice and very final about having a tangible image or a tangible product from the images we take. I recently ran across a little book I put together of our first dog, her first year with us. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna do this for the other dog. Like we had two dogs. I didn't do that for the second dog, but I will do that for Pixel. Like her birthday's at the end of October. So I'm gonna put together a little 1 year photo book of like some of the highlights and everything that we've done with her in her first year of life. And I also have a special project for the very last image. That's the crazy part. Like I'm talking about this, but it's not gonna be done until, you know, a few weeks from now, or yeah, next week will be the last set of images. But I do have an image that I'm thinking about. Well, I know I'm gonna shoot and publish for that day. It's the only planned image that I've done. So, and that's been cool too, because at first I was like, I'm just gonna whatever comes to me. But I've done a couple of things, like a couple self-portraits, and that's been really cool to do and like really fun to work on. So I think, you know, that's gonna probably be another project in the future. And like I said, I do have the one image, special project image for the end of this 30-day challenge that I have planned for October 31st. The last thing I was thinking about is what a time it is to be a creative person. Meaning, you know, when we think about all the cameras that have been coming out recently from, you know, Sony, Fujifilm, but even like DJI or Insta360 in their new action camera. If you aren't excited and don't have something that excites you, like gear-wise, to go out and shoot more, then I don't know what to tell you, because there are, from the budget end to the high end, you could get a camera now, and that camera is gonna last you a good 5, 6, 7 years. Even an older camera, like my A7 II is 10 years old. Like the camera technology is 10 years old. And it's still amazing. Like it still takes really good pictures, especially paired with the Sony 90mm lens or the 35 f1.8 that I have. Like it's super cool. And if you see Pixel right here, it's super cool. And so, you know, I'm so excited about all this gear coming out. Not that I'm going to get it all. I mean, the only piece of gear that I thought about getting is the new DJI Action 5 action camera. But yeah, other than, you know, it's really, really fun time to be a creative person, especially photography, because I feel like for the longest time it's been like hybrid and video, and now you have some cameras. Fuji, you know, it's come out with a couple of cameras that are specifically for photography. So, you know, that's awesome. And I am, again, not affiliated with any of these camera companies, so they're not sending me anything. If I do buy anything, it's with my own money. Again, not that I'm gonna buy them, but it's fun to see that people are still making cameras for photographers and videographers, and it's just not people using their phones, even though I'm using my phone right now to shoot this. For those of us who still want to use a dedicated camera, there are many, many options out there. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you as always for watching this video. I really do appreciate every single one of you, people who've commented on my videos, who liked my pictures on glass. Truly, truly appreciate it. And again, if you want to check out the pictures from the 30-day challenge, right now they're on glass, but I will also leave a link to where they will be on my website. There's some on the website, and if I get my act together, I will get caught up. I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.